Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how do you graph a double variable inequality, except what we're going to do is we're going to work backwards. We're not going to talk about how to graph an inequality with the written equation, but rather from the graph. How would I figure out what the inequality would be from the graph, okay? And it's really very simple when you break it down into simpler parts. Remember, I'm fond of saying that difficult problems are really just a bunch of simple problems stacked together. Now, the one thing that you notice about an inequality is that there is a line involved, right? And I notice that this particular line seems to cross at two points that I can identify. I can see at 0, 2, so let me just write that up. 0, 2 is one of the points that that line goes through. And the other point that it seems to go through is -1 and 0, okay? Now, why are those two points important? Well, because from 2 points, I can actually get the equation of a line, if you remember previous information that we've studied. All right, so from 2 points, find the equation of a line. Let me just write that down here. Find the equation of a line. Now, from those 2 points, I can find a couple of things. I'm going to try to fit this into the form y is equal to mx plus b. So that's the form of the equation. And since I know 2 points, I'll be able to figure out what the slope is, right? So here I'm going to do find slope first. And this is going to be kind of like my very whole first paragraph. All right, so m is equal to the difference in y's. Whoops, that should be y2, and that should be x2 minus x1. Let me just take care of that real quick. Let me put y2 there, y1. There we go. So I'll find this slope. I can put down 2 minus 0. And I'm going to put down 0 minus a -1, which gives me a slope of 2 over +1, or just 2. So now I can take that 2, plug it back into the m, and now I have y is equal to 2x plus b. Now, remember that b is the y-intercept, all right? So let me just put that down next. Find y-intercept. And I got lucky here because it just so happens that one of the points I can identify is the y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis, is at 0, 2. But if I didn't know that, how would I find it? Well, I would just take any point and just plug it into the x and the y and solve for b. Okay? In this case, I know that the y-intercept again is 0, 2 though. So I'm just going to plug 2 into y is equal to 2x plus 2. So that's the equation of that line. Now what I have to figure out though is that this is an inequality. So I know it's not going to be an equal sign, right? So I'm going to say next, find the shading that I need to do. Okay? Now, if I were to say y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 2, what would that look like? Well, I'll just try a couple of test points, wouldn't I? So let me just try, I don't know, 0, 0. So let's just put in 0 and 0. And is 0 greater than 2? Right? Because after I work that out, I would get that. Is 0 greater than 2? And the answer is no, it's not, right? Which means I would shade the opposite side. So it looks like I'm doing okay. All right, it looks like this would actually be the right equation. It would be greater than or equal to -2, or to y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 2. because the shading wouldn't actually work. However, I noticed that it's a broken line, so I have to go back and fix this line. And I would say y is greater than 2x plus 2 without the equal sign. Otherwise, it would be a solid line. Okay? And that's how you do it. I hope that was helpful.